Let's talk about Lomachenko versus Lopez again. What's happening, boxing fans? It is Dr. Bring It. Well, Lomachenko fans have spoken. Man, I just have to tell you, last week I released a video talking about my initial thoughts about the Lomachenko-Lopez fight that's coming up. And let me just tell you, Lomachenko fans, I applaud you. You guys are as passionate as Manny Pacquiao fans. Let me just tell you that right now. It seems that any bit of criticism against Lomachenko, the entire fan base just has a meltdown, which is why I absolutely love boxing. I've seen it with Manny Pacquiao fans. Manny Pacquiao fans die hard. If you even say his name in the wrong way, people lose it. Triple G fans, same thing. Canelo fans, the same thing. But hey, look, let's embrace the fact that you just have the love for the sport and the love for your favorite boxer, which is absolutely fine. I'm okay with it. I just have to smile a bit when people criticize me and tell me that I don't know anything about boxing. I'm not claiming to be an expert, but there are experts out there who share the same sentiment, maybe in a different way. You know, I'll tell you this, Lomachenko fans pretty much back him up to the grave, okay? He is an awesome boxer. I mean, if you watch any of his highlight reels, he really is like in the Matrix. Everything seems like it slows down for the guy. And he just rises to another level. And I know that it's very easy when you pump up boxers out there, when you pump up people in general, there's gonna be another side to it and people wanna push them down as well. It's happened to every boxer out there, all the greats out there. But that's why this is an interesting fight and matchup between Lopez and Lomachenko. Because here you have a fighter that is young, bigger, probably as good as timing as Lomachenko, has counter-punching abilities, has the explosiveness, and has the grit to hang with Lomachenko. People are starting to see that. People saw a bunch of Lopez's other fights and are clearly impressed, okay? And not only that, but when you couple that with fans who want to see Lomachenko fall, then they're going to start seeing things that are not necessarily there, okay? In my last video, I talk about some of the attributes of Lopez. And I still stand by those attributes. He's definitely a special fighter and he definitely has something. However, you have to admit that this is a very bold fight for Lopez. This is career defining for Lopez. If he succeeds and actually beats Lomachenko, then this could be like kind of a passing of the baton from one generation boxer to another. Am I saying that Lomachenko's probably not going to fight until later on, until he's 40? He very well might. So this might not necessarily be the end of his career if he loses to Lopez. But you realize that Lomachenko is definitely the favorite to win in this fight. Let's be clear here. If you have the chance, look at some of the tape of Lomachenko. What Lomachenko has that Lopez is going to have to overcome is Lomachenko, he's a very busy fighter. And he's not there to wait for opportunities. He's there to create opportunities, okay? The man has unbelievable timing, as Lopez has incredible timing as well. He's explosive, yes. He's got his defense that he can kind of roll out and then counterpunch. He has those, and he has every shot in the book, yes. However, Lomachenko has a counterpuncher neutralizer. How do you neutralize a counterpunch? By footwork, feinting. Feinting in, faking that you're going to be coming in and hesitating, and then when the counterpuncher actually punches, then he's going to counter the counter, if that makes any sense. We're going to see this a lot. Now, Lomachenko, he's been around the block for a very long time. Again, granted, Lopez also fought in the Olympics as well. He knows how to fight 4 points, okay? So he's no slouch either. However, has he been in the ring as much? Does he have the experience that Lomachenko has? Yes, he might be, pound for pound, he might be a stronger puncher. But if Lomachenko was stepping in, feinting, stepping around, yes, in the last video I call it pitter-patter. However, I meant pitter-patter in the sense that those punches are not necessarily there for power. Those aren't power punches. He's there to create. He's there to cause the fighter to clam up and be in a defensive mode. That's why Lomachenko's ring generalship is very, very strong. Now, if you ask yourself, who has the stronger ring generalship? First of all, let's even talk about ring generalship. What is ring generalship? So basically, ring generalship is the fighter's ability to control the fight. Who do you think is going to be the one to control the fight? You think it's going to be Lopez, or do you think it's going to be Lomachenko? Well, based on what we see out there already, Lomachenko is probably going to be the one to control the pace of the fight. He is going to have to be the one, or most likely going to be the one, that's going to be controlling the ring. He's going to go in. He's going to come in, feint, get close, and there's probably no other boxer out there who has like the control that he has fighting at close quarters. I mean, you saw him run circles around Rigondeaux. Okay? Rigondeaux kind of clammed up, and Lomachenko just literally stood there on top of him, circled around him, and then hit him with uppercuts like right next to him. I mean, this is the kind of fighter Lomachenko is. So if Lopez is going to beat Lomachenko, it's going to be in a way where it's going to be a knockout punch that Lomachenko didn't see. Now, one thing to understand here, the more busy you are throwing punches, the more susceptible you are to getting punched without seeing it. Now, what makes Lopez very dangerous is the fact that he likes to roll. And you know what, the other day I forgot who I was thinking of, and it's actually Lights Out James Toney. James Toney had that shoulder roll and counter punching where he rolled and then he threw his punches, but you didn't know which punch he was going to throw. This is the kind of puncher that Lopez is. He has that creativity, okay? But is that truly enough to go the distance? 12 rounds of boxing. Now, I said this a lot before. Usually, the better fighter wins. Usually in a boxing match, the more skilled fighter wins. Now, there are anomalies out there. Wilder, okay, Deontay Wilder. Was he necessarily the more skilled boxer in his careers and in all of his wins? Not necessarily, but he had that equalizer that kind of allowed him to get away with 90% of his wins. Okay, but you can't have it all. Okay, Lomachenko, yes, he might not have that one punch knockout power, but he doesn't need that. That's not the kind of boxer that he is. He is the kind of boxer that runs circles, literally runs circles around his opponents. He actually likes to box. He likes to break down his opponents by using his fast, ultra-fast footwork. He hits you with uppercuts, hooks, jabs, straight lefts. I mean, the guy has, again, every single shot in the book. So think of this in a logical way here. I know boxing is not necessarily logical, but let's think of it this way. I'll give you an analogy. The carpenter that has the most tools will be able to be the more versatile of the carpenter. The carpenter with a huge toolbox, I will choose any day of the week over a carpenter who comes in with just a screwdriver and a hammer. Now, does that necessarily mean that that carpenter has less skills? No, not necessarily. But he can't do as much as the carpenter with the bigger tools, with the toolbox that has more tools in it. Lomachenko is the carpenter that has a lot of tools, and he actually uses all of them. So yes, he might have every shot in the book, but he's also demonstrated every shot in the book. So yes, so let's talk about Lopez's ability to counterpunch. He's very dangerous. One thing that I actually like to see, I forgot which fighter, he was fighting another southpaw, okay? And Magdaleno, I think that's the fight that he had. His bread and butter punch was the ducking to the right and countering with either an uppercut or a right hook to the face, or just the pull and straight right. These three punches are actually very complete, very, very complete. Magdaleno was not able to actually overcome these three punches. He didn't know which one was going to come. But then again, he doesn't have the footwork that Lomachenko has. Lomachenko's going to come in and get a feel for it. He's going to feint and see what Lopez does, how Lopez reacts. He's going to throw from the outside and see how he reacts. He's going to throw on the outside and come in. So Lomachenko is going to have a game plan for Lopez, which is pretty much the game plan that he has for all of his fighters. He's a very patient fighter, which is ironic because he's patient, but yet extremely busy. He smothers all of his opponents. Is he going to be able to smother Lopez? Maybe not at first. Maybe what he's going to do is at first round, second round, he's going to go out there and stay away from him, stay on the outside. But then third, fourth round, you know, again, Lopez is going to be coming in at, he's going to be 135, but the night of, he's probably going to be 145 after he rehydrates. Is he going to be as busy as Lomachenko? I don't think so. I think Lomachenko could probably fight 15, 20 rounds at that high speed, throwing a volume of punches that Lopez is not used to seeing. And those counter punches, I think he is going to connect with Lomachenko eventually, but it's probably going to come early. So Lomachenko is probably going to be very careful in the first 4, 5 rounds. And then once he sees that Lopez's, his power is going to start dwindling down, he's going to start feeling his hard punches are not coming in so hard anymore, then that's when he's going to up the volume. That's when he's going to start throwing in the footwork and really try to overwhelm Lopez. So here's the thing. In my last video, I made a bold prediction. That bold prediction still stands true. The bold prediction is that Lomachenko is going to get caught by a counter punch and he's going to get knocked out. Probably, I would say if this happens, it's going to happen early. I said within the first 6 rounds. But what's most likely going to happen is that Lomachenko is going to put on a boxing clinic. You're going to see the first 6 rounds of him staying on the outside. Again, like I said, pitter-patter. He's going to be overwhelming. He's going to be overwhelming Lopez with a barrage, an assortment, a cornucopia of different angles of punches from every single area of the ring. He's going to work him. He's going to be moving his feet around, and power punchers, they typically need to be planted. Their feet need to be planted in order to get the leverage to sit down on the punches and really deliver a nice, powerful punch. What's interesting about Lopez is that he is actually covering up and punching, and he's looking for these opportunities. But again, one thing that Lomachenko does, he doesn't wait for opportunities, he creates the opportunities. So most likely, if the fight goes past 6 rounds, Lomachenko's going to win decisively. So Lopez fans, or should I say Lomachenko haters out there, Lomachenko haters are probably going to see another win from Lomachenko. They're going to see a young fighter probably go down. This is most likely going to happen. Again, I'm playing the percentages here. We have more tape of Lomachenko to watch, and we've seen him absolutely outclass and destroy and make his opponents look like little kids, make them look like amateurs. Lopez, we've seen him put away some people, knock people out, and he's flashy. He's got the skill. The guy has the skill, and he has pretty much all the punches that he needs in order to beat any opponent, including Lomachenko. But again, I have to say, or ask, what are the chances? So when you break it down to that, you have to admit that Lomachenko is the one that is truly favored and most likely will win. Okay? So that's my take. This is the second video that I posted on the Lopez-Lomachenko fight. And I have to say that this fight, boxing fans, we need this. We deserve high caliber boxing. We're like, seeing all these retired people coming back. You got like Mayweather again, once again, like doing all these exhibitions, and then you got Roy Jones and Mike Tyson coming back. Now you got people like De La Hoya saying he's coming back, and like, oh my gosh, like, is boxing hurting that much that we have to have all these old-time favorites of ours coming back? Come on. That's why I do have to give it up to Lopez, that he's actually taking this fight so soon in his career. A lot of people say that, like, wow, he's taken so much, but that goes to show the bravery and the courage from Lopez's camp, including Lopez himself. So I love it. I love every part of this, and hope you guys enjoy. So let me know what you guys think. Subscribe if you haven't done it so already. Like the video if you want. If not, let's talk about more boxing. Talk to you soon.